Welcome, everybody. Cheers. So Giles has just been sparring today.
Yeah, it's got dropped as well.
Yeah. So talk us through it. You're feeling all right, aren't you?
Face is a bit sore.
Do you want to share more detail?
Yeah, I got rocked in a.
You got more than rocked, mate. Like
I'd
be in A&E right now.
Got back up.
So he's being shy.
Swinging.
Yeah, he's being shy. Basically, he kept dropping his right because he was so tired.
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh no, this is yours, isn't it?
The state of that.
Yeah. I poured it way better. Pass that here.
I used to work in a bar as well.
Yeah. So, used to work in a bar, got fired. So yeah, basically he got dropped, like he was moving in. He thought he got hit on the top of his head.
I don't really know anything about it.
Proper chin.
Yeah, but I got back up and I come back swinging.
Yeah, of course you did. So yeah, in first 30 seconds, his nose was bloody and a real mess. And yeah,
And to come back though.
He kept swinging. Yeah, I was proud of that. I'm not proud of you if your stellar pouring skills, man.
Yeah. Do you know what? Don't even mind getting punched anymore.
No, of course not. You're an absolute psycho. Like you could see it in his eyes, like absolute. So even though like he was struggling to breathe,
like, David,
you know, I was
quite like getting punched now.
Well, yeah.
I quite like the feeling. It's weird. It's sparring.
Addictive.
It's so addictive. It's
addictive. So it takes me nicely onto my next point, or our first point. Wardley Dubois. We watched it back last night. I was at the weigh-in. You went to the actual fight as well. So we'll talk about the weigh-in first. Really cool new concept called the Cauldron. It's with Simon Jordan. We spoke to Adi Adipo as well and Spencer Oliver. So and they gave us a free beer as well.
Yeah. Even though it said free drinks.
Yeah, free. You thought it was free drinks, but literally they gave you one. So what did you think of the weigh-in?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I think it's not the best that I've been to, but
okay, so we won't go through the best, but yeah, for me it's great. TalkSport were there, obviously. Simon Jordan hosting, trying to rile him up. Daniel Dubois was like literally this close. He did the weigh-in and walked straight past me. He's looking massive, really up for it. But yeah, I could go to the fight because I had a half marathon the next day. Yay me! You went. How was the fight?
Brilliant. Yeah, it was quite amazing.
Yeah.
He got dropped in. Dubois got dropped in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, he did. And you say the crowd went.
So I think
the crowd went silent.
Yeah, no one was expecting. It just went like, whoa, what the hell was that? And then it just erupted.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming. It was just such a weird thing.
Yeah. So definitely, probably the best fight this year. Like we both watched it, but I think we agreed it should have been stopped from around 9 because Wardley's nose had proper gone because of Dubois' punishment and his eye was closed. Did you agree it should have been stopped from about the 9th?
Yeah, when you was there though, it's didn't see all the blood on his face, so yeah,
it's quite hard to make out. But yeah, I think we're both in agreement that's the best British card of the year so far, isn't it?
It's brilliant, yeah. Really good,
yeah. So I mean, what was the other highlight fight? What else stood out to you? Zach Chelly knocked out David Morrell, didn't he? Which was that was crazy.
That was good. Yeah. Who else? The guy who's always in the amateurs. What particularly that good was it? The heavyweight. What's his name?
Can't remember.
Yeah, he's a southpaw, heavyweight southpaw.
Oh, Jalalov.
Yeah,
he's meant to be he's just huge, isn't he? So speaking of huge, I was going to wait to the end to speak about this, but yeah, we went to Doncaster down the road, didn't we, to see Dave, the White Rhino Allen, massive fan of his. Cheers, Dave. Thanks for your services to the sport of boxing and your punditry. But it wasn't a great time, was it?
No, it was raining. Wasn't really particularly. Not much atmosphere, was there?
No, there was about 10,000 people.
I don't think there was 10,000 people.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying about 10 or 12. That's
what
they said. I mean, you don't think there was 10?
Half
the ground was closed off.
I think maybe 10,000 people bought tickets and they probably didn't show up because there's a lot of empty seats in between people.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, Matt. We were going to walk from the station, do a bit of a pub crawl, but like it was torrential rain. By the time we got to the stadium, like my feet were absolutely soaked. you know what I mean? We were quite covered, which was good, but the view wasn't the best because they literally put the ring right in the centre. Hardly anyone on the floor because obviously it's absolutely pissing down, and do you know what I mean? VIP, I'm guessing VIP was very expensive, wasn't it? So, you know, I think we spent about 35 quid on the tickets, didn't we? So not the end of the world, but like the experience. I mean, was it just a week apart?
Yeah, a week apart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's weekend to weekend. So it's gone from Queensbury's best show, or potentially the best show in the world so far this year with the undercard and the main event, to, you know, one of the worst shows I've attended. That, you know, fair play, Dave Allen stepped in with Hergovic. But yeah, like it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a great show. And you called it. You thought it was going to get stopped by the corner, didn't you? So I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
You know, we did a bit of a bar crawl, and, you know, before we actually even got to the stadium, he was, you know, he's gonna get dropped and stopped by the corner. So I mean, what would you rate Wardley Dubois fight night out of 10?
It's got to be a 10, isn't it? 9 or 10.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, good, yeah. And what would you rate Dave Allen Hergovic?
3.
So you can see. I'd do about 5 or 6 because I think the weather had a massive play on it. To be honest with you, I think the weather massively dampened my spirits, and I genuinely thought, you know, Dave Allen was going to put up a fight. What was it, 3 rounds? Yeah. So we called it straight away. We called it in the second. We knew he was going to get stopped. But
I don't know, just being there, just like, never think, why didn't I just stay at home and watch this?
Watch it on telly. Kept my socks dry.
I don't usually feel it. I know it's not just because of the weather, because we was out the rain, weren't we?
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, I went home, I turned the heating on full, and I slept like a baby. But next point, so we've got Hergovic taking on Atalma potentially for a world title. Now Usyk has vacated the belts. What's your opinion on Atalma Hergovic at the O2?
Yeah, I think good fight. I think Atalma will win. Yeah, I think he'll stop him in 4 rounds. I think this is going to surprise everybody.
I reckon it'll either stop him 7 through 9, or it's just going to be a one-sided beatdown, and he's just going to get a unanimous decision after 10 or 12, whatever. It'll be 12, obviously, if it's a world championship. But yeah, well, no, I think we're potentially Scotland, isn't it? Scotland road trip, isn't it? So yeah, probably watch that in Glasgow. Yeah. Right. So speaking of road trips and boxing travel, he's quite a well-travelled man. Don't take his appearance for granted for face value. So let's talk about Usyk versus Dubois in Poland. You attended, didn't you? We were talking about that yesterday.
See, that was raining, but it was pissing it down, but that was like a good experience. I didn't think, I didn't think, I wish I'd stayed at home and watched it. It was a great night. The atmosphere in that stadium was there. All the Ukrainians and Polish people just cheering him on.
Was there many Brits?
There were a few Brits that went to see Dubois. They're supporting him.
Is that the one you went with your mate and he was bitching about the accommodation?
Yeah,
not ideal. And he booked the accommodation like hundreds of miles away from where you needed to be as well.
Yeah, when we was rebooking,
not ideal. So I mean, fight. Is that the first time you saw Usyk?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was just a random. It was just on the Wednesday. I was like, let's go away this weekend, and we booked the Usyk.
Well, how much did it cost?
Few hundred quid.
Much.
Yeah, that's it.
Flights and accommodation. And how much was the ticket? The fight ticket?
I think it was like an average price, but it's been around 50 quid.
50 quid, so it's not that bad. And were the Polish football fans as well?
I assume so.
Yeah, because it was in a football stadium, yeah?
Yeah,
cool. So we were talking about the low blow as well. When I saw it first time, I'm like, what's he doing? He needs to jump on him. But it was a low blow, let's be honest. Like, the more you watch it in slow motion, the worse it looks, doesn't it? So
it was, yeah.
But I still think Dubois, even after the 5 minutes, still think Dubois should have just jumped on him. Do you know what I mean? Just gone ho. Yeah. So what would you rate the whole, travel experience, fight experience, seeing Usyk? Did you go to the weigh-in?
No,
just the didn't have time. Okay, so what would you rate that out of 10?
But that whole experience got to be like a 9 or something.
Yes, that's good. And it didn't hurt the pocket too much as well, by the sound of things.
No.
So yeah, you recommend in Poland for fight nights, yeah?
Definitely, yeah, it was great.
Cool. If I do miss anything out, do throw it in, but we've got a lot to cover. So next fight, you went to Saudi Arabia to watch Usyk Fury 1, yeah?
Yeah.
So how was that?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Just the whole week. I was there for the build up, the weigh-in press conference.
So you went to, so what was it? It's not Jeddah. It was, what's the other one?
Riyadh.
Riyadh. Okay. So how was logistics? How was getting to Riyadh?
Flew from Stansted to Istanbul, then Istanbul to Riyadh.
So what was the duration?
It's like 9 hours in total.
And how much was the trip in general? Flights.
You did it for all like £1,000.
£1,000. So it's pretty much a life experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
And no visa issues, or did you need a visa to get in?
103 quid.
103. What? Is it instantly accepted, or?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. All you have to do is pay for it. Then
so you've had a week in Saudi. You've been to the weigh-in. You've seen Usyk Fury 1. How would you rate? The fight, the whole experience out of
10. It's got to be really high again. Like it's got to be like a 9 or 10. Yeah.
And is there any tips that you picked up for visiting Saudi? Any travel tips or anything to avoid or anything to do?
Yeah, just find places on Airbnb because hotels are expensive. So book an Airbnb. Look around, because we can't drink on you for foods.
Yeah.
Look around and you find.
I'm guessing you can fly direct for like double the price or something as well, can't you? The direct flights out of Heathrow, I'm guessing, probably.
Heathrow and Gatwick.
Yeah. And what we're talking, probably $1,000 for that.
Yeah.
So all in all, 9 or 10 out of 10, which is a good experience. Spent about $1,000. And yeah, what did you think of the fight?
Yeah, I thought Usyk won. It was
quite convincingly, wasn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely. I completely agree with that. Like, do you think there's any point of the trilogy? Nah, it's just money at the end of the day, isn't it? So I think, so who do you think Usyk's gonna fight? Like Rico rematch, Fabio or Fury?
Rico rematch. We won't fight Fabio.
Yeah, we watched Rico Usyk back last night. Like Rico was clearly winning that fight. I said he won the fight, but obviously he didn't. He got KO'd. But the stoppage, the stoppage was way too early as well. I think anyone can agree on that. So moving next fight is Wembley Stadium, Usyk Dubois 2. So tell me about Wembley.
Oh yeah, I was thinking it was massive. You need to know when you're in the really high chairs, like the ones you need binoculars. So
you were proper high up, yeah.
Yeah, and you can generally just see the ring.
Yeah. And how were the screens?
The screens were good, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're mainly just watching the screens, aren't you, when you're actually in Wembley Stadium.
So how much was the ticket?
For Wardley again, I think it was like 70 quid for the Dubois.
Yeah, even in the nosebleeds. Yeah. So that was 90,000 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I was thinking of Joshua Dubois. That was
we'll move on to that shortly. But yeah, I saw Fury fight Makhmudov at Tottenham. It was a pretty good view because you can move about. There's bars. It's open. Like you can see a lot of stuff. It's pretty good value for money. I went to the Netflix weigh-in the day before. There's like Andre Ward there and stuff like that. I think that's the one where John went crazy and Carl Froch was there, etc. But yeah, that was a real life experience. Again, just being this close to Tyson, Conor Benn, just Michael Buffer. Do you know what I mean? It was a real life experience. But yeah, I much preferred the way into the fight experience. I was with one of my best mates, and he was just there for the crack. Do you know what I mean? He was there for the drink, and we didn't have the best views, but like there were seats empty, so you could just move down and stuff like that and go to the bar. You get quite a good view from the bar because it's open. But logistically, Tottenham's a nightmare. We left in round 10 because we were just bored. I'll be straight honest. Like he was bored, he was booing, and it still took us 2 hours plus to get home. You can't get Ubers. They close stations when it's too full. Like logistics was an absolute nightmare. Like cheap enough for me. Do you know what I mean? The tickets were cheap and free accommodation and whatnot. But yeah, my first Tottenham experience, it wasn't great because it just took literally so long to get home. He's only not. It took us. Yeah, we got a lift there. It took us 30 minutes, 45 minutes maximum, even with traffic and going on public transport because we couldn't get an Uber. 2 to 2.5 hours. It was absolutely exhausting. Honestly, leaving early as well. We didn't see that stuff in the ring. AJ, Fury. I wasn't, honestly, like, I thought Conor Benn was going to show up and knock out Prograis and stuff like that. So we missed that. What do you think? There's a bit of controversy about like AJ not getting in the ring. What do you think about that?
Well, because he's probably not taking Fury seriously, like, and for good reason too. Like, what's happening now? Like, Fury changing the goalpost once again.
Do you think it's going to happen? AJ, Fury, AJ. I do, because, you know, I've actually, you know, looked into it. I've done some research, and it's just the money behind it. Like, we don't realize, because we've seen him for so many years. Tyson Fury is a Netflix star. Like, he's about to have his 3rd season of, you know, At Home with the Furies on Netflix. You know, Americans are probably watching it. He just fought Mahmoudov on Netflix. Granted, it was a snowfest. I'm not saying it. You know, he's fit. He's fit as a fiddle. He can, you know, go 12 rounds. But it was boring for the casual fans. It was boring. Do you know what I mean? That's what most boxing fans are. You don't get the diehards, do you?
No.
And it's like AJ, you know, just knocked out Jake Paul, and he's America aware. And it's like, I see why Dana White's sniffing around. You know, that would just be such a huge launch for Zuffa. Like, I did that, so it's like it got me really like commercially. It's probably a $200 million fight, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not bothered. I hope it's on Netflix. I'm certainly not paying 25 quid to watch it, but I think it's way more likely to happen than not to happen, just because there's egos and money. But we don't have a country, we don't have an arena, we don't have a date, so there's so much ambiguity. AJ's fighting on the 25th. Fury's got a warm-up coming as well, so there's so many potential, you know, slip-ups here, isn't there? But like, I genuinely think it's more likely to happen than not. So, but you're saying
I really did, but then with Fury, there's all this talk about it happening in America and stuff like that.
Don't take it to Vegas. That's an absolute joke. Like, honestly, like, we don't want the Battle of Britain in.
It's probably his idea, wasn't it? It's probably his idea about doing it in America.
Oh,
Fury's, you know what he's like?
Because he's just been to the White House and his Esther works.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, just we've been talking about Cabral and stuff, like, and then I don't know, you know, Usyk vacates his belts. It's like it's as if he knew something.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of like a bit of a setup, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, something fishy's going on. Do you know what I mean? It is where he's mentioning Cabral. Cabral's now, I believe, elevated to WBC world champion. As we touched on, I think Atalma Hrgović is going to be for a belt. Not sure which one, but I'd imagine it's whatever, you know, sanctioning body has Atalma the highest ranked or at number 1. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be a good fight, isn't it? So speaking of good fights, I did my first Vegas fight night, Vergil Ortiz versus Lawson. It ended quickly, as the same as, you know, most Vergil Ortiz fights do. But yeah, it was an absolute life experience. I was, you know, speaking to you about it. I was in LA anyway, so it wasn't that much to get there. And yeah, it was just in the Virgin Hotel, so not huge, probably a couple thousand in attendance. But yeah, it was so cool. Teofimo Lopez was there, Rolly Romero was there. I didn't get to speak to Oscar De La Hoya, but like, it was just honestly, it was so cool. And you know, where it's luxury, like, you literally just go to the bar and you're pretty much at ringside anyway. The views were epic. You know, it wasn't too expensive, as I say. Accommodation's obviously always expensive in Vegas, but you know, fight ticket wasn't too expensive. But yeah, you'd be interested in a Vegas fight, I'm guessing, yeah?
Of course, I'd go there. I'd love to go.
Yeah. So looking at Vegas beginning of next year, big American trip. So Vergil Ortiz was supposed to fight Jaron Boots Ennis, wasn't he? But Golden Boy blocked that. I think they're close to an agreement. But yeah, it's proper slowed down his progress. We've got Xander Zayas versus Jaron Boots Ennis. I'm not sure when this is going to get posted, but we might as well do our predictions, because we were just talking about the Barclays Center in New York as well. So yeah. So sorry, I forgot to make you didn't go to the fight, but who was Canelo fighting?
That's William Skull.
So yeah,
that amazing fight.
Absolute snowfest. Yeah. But I'm guessing the weigh-in was a lot of fun.
It was all right. The guy didn't really speak English, did he? So, and there was no like needle, right? So it was, I just mean you're randomly in NYC and you're at Canelo Alvarez.
You know, we were talking about my only experience. I didn't actually get to see him or go to the fight, but I was in Mexico at the time, and that's back when he was fighting Rocky Fielding. I'm in the Mexican bar wearing an England shirt, like literally probably 300 Mexicans cheering for Canelo. And that's just when I knew what a beast he was. Like, I think he started dropping Fielding from like the second or third round, and it was just like, wow, this guy doesn't play boxing, does he? Like,
No.
yeah. So I don't think he's going to fight Crawford. I think Crawford is genuinely going to stay retired. He seems like a man of his word. So what do you think? Do you think they'll rematch?
Crawford and
Canelo.
No, because I think he'll stay retired.
Yeah, I think he's saying that the training camps are harder than the fights, which he's done everything in boxing. Like 3 times undisputed.
I think so. Yeah,
3 times undisputed. I just knew he was going to beat Canelo. There's just levels to this, isn't there? So the only thing I'm hearing is he might want to fight Boots. So that would be quite interesting. But yeah, let's get your predictions. Xander Zayas versus Jerome Boots Ennis.
I guess Boots Ennis. I don't know what.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. And Xander Zayas is a great fighter in my opinion. I think he's the youngest unified world champion at the moment. But yeah, I'm going Boots all day. Like, I think I just watched Inside the Ring the other day, and I had Gabe Rosado, and he's trained with him and his brothers and his father in Philly. They call it the dungeon, and he's just saying like it's crazy in winter because they've got all these heaters that they just switch on, and he's just saying like Boots is really, really talented, but like he's got that underdog mentality. He's got that great. He's got that Philly shell. Do you know what I mean? He's just a great fighter. So Eddie Hearn proper sings his praises. So he reckons he's going to be a top pound for pounder. So I think it's Jerome Boots Ennis' time to shine. 4 a.m. UK time, Barclays Centre, NYC. So yeah, going for the Philly fighter. So what else? Last but not least, so I've trained at the Wildcard Gym in LA whilst I was there. It was really cool. Got to speak with Freddie Roach, a few fighters and stuff like that. It was only $10. You just pay the day fee. You don't really get training for that, but you can do classes and hang out and stuff like that. So if you're in LA, like definitely go and check out the Wildcard Gym. Buy the merch, and you just have a great time of it. It was an amazing life experience. So out of all your boxing experiences anywhere in the world, what you've been to, what was the standout?
I think it has to be the Fabio Usyk thing, because I was there for the week, and that was just special. Like, when you was there, it was something felt special about that week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what are you looking to do next? What's the next fight night? There's Leeds beginning of August, isn't there?
Yeah.
Troy Williamson, Callum Simpson. We were just talking about that.
Yeah. There's nothing really that big coming up. There's most of the Talma and thing, but we're not Hergovich. But we won't be there for
probably
that.
Up in Scotland at the Edinburgh Fringe. You're living life.
I don't know. I guess Fiore AJ, but if it happens.
Yeah. So we'll finish with this then, because you're keen. You actually.
Of course. Yeah. We've wanted this 5 for 10 years.
Yeah.
I know you'll say.
I swear, and you can't tell I'm a man of my word. Or honestly, I'm not paying £25 to watch it, so I'm not going to pay £100 to watch it at Wembley. I'm not pay-per-view. I will watch it on Netflix. I think they're both great. I'm not hating. I think they're both amazing athletes.
When you're there, when you're actually there, you'll be like, oh, I'm glad I paid.
I wouldn't go if you paid. Honestly, like it's 5 to 10 years too late. Too much hype. Either get in the ring or don't. Do you know what I mean? And the worst thing is, whoever loses is going to be mainly remembered for losing.
That's why I feel like Tyson doesn't really want it, because he's just he makes everything so hard way, doesn't he? And I just, up until the other day, I thought it was going to happen, and now I don't think it will.
So he's gone out to the White House. He's got a visa for there now. Clearly, Trump sorted that out. He's hanging out with Dana White. He's saying Turkey's his promoter for life. Frank Warren is not really agreeing or disagreeing with anything. Eddie Hearn says the fight can't happen outside of Britain. Zuffa can't have any involvement, and it's
Do you remember when the fight got announced? Turkey was talking about the taxi drivers in London, like paying for them to go see. He was like hinting he was going to like pay for taxi drivers to go watch the fight and stuff, give them a night off. So I feel like all this America talk's coming from Fury. I think he's just being difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I'll believe it when I see them in the ring. We'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching the pilot podcast. Cheers. If you're a boxing fan, please do remember to like, share, subscribe, and watch out for two geniuses talking boxing on a couch.
Oh,
For you Americans, that's sarcasm. Cheers.
Yeah, that's good.